Okay, it's the morning of day 2. We draw an event. Reality impact. Oh no. First we gotta add 1 cold token. We're at 4 there, and it says something unexpected has happened. Draw a card from the colors deck to determine the color of the script. Then reveal the top card of the event deck and check the number with the color on it. Afterwards, shuffle the event card into the appropriate chapter of the event's deck. Gray. This is interesting because this gives us a little peek into what an upcoming event's going to be. Ooh, it's going to be a crime wave. 1 cold, and we're going to have to resolve 2 night raid cards. All right, well, that's good to know. 486. Let's see what happened. A pall of fear fell over the whole district. A unit of our soldiers is stationed nearby. They are very aggressive, and their commander went mad with grief after he lost his daughter. He's convinced the girl was seeing a local playboy, a man who took brutal revenge on her when his advances were rebuffed. The commander's soldiers are going from house to house looking for a scapegoat. It's just a matter of time before they get to our place. Write down 486 investigation 1 to 3 equals 1926 on a blank token and place it on the events deck. At the beginning of every morning phase, first roll the black die, and on a result of 1 to 3, we're going to resolve 1926. So this is something you do sometimes, is you write down a little note on a token. Yeah, so Chapter 1 only has 3 events. Chapter 2 has 4 events. Just 3 days in Chapter 1, which means we need to get rid of this hunger pretty quickly. Okay, day actions. And I'm going to be going through this a little faster now that we've had a full day and we've seen how everything works. If you look over at our characters, our hunger is now at 1, which means we would get 3 actions. But unfortunately, our fatigue is also at 1, which is eliminating that 3rd action spot. So we're still only getting 2 day actions per character. It's hard to get that 3rd day action, and it can be very valuable. What I want to do is search that furniture. We cleared out that rubble. I want to start cultivating these herbs in our herbal garden. Oh, and by the way, I made a little mistake. It does kind of matter where you put stuff, because some improvements, some of these fittings want to go next to different things. So I'm going to retcon this a tiny bit and just say that I put the herbal garden there. So now we have room on either side to add things to improve the garden. May not come up, but just in case. Bruno, you're the chef, so I think you should be doing this. We're going to need a chem and some water. Marco is going to make a fitting. We're going to create something. Okay, let's see what we get in this furniture. Oh, whoa. We found some good stuff. Meds, herbs, mechanical part, 2 water, and a wood. What an amazing haul. So to cultivate these herbs, it says to spend a chem and a water and then place a weight token. And now we're going to do a new fitting. And my thought was to do this deadfall trap. Takes 2 mechanical parts, 5 components, and 2 wood. We have all of that. This would let us set a trap to get some raw food. Raw food is going to let us reduce our hunger by 1. We have the vegetables we need to sort of stay good this round, but next round we're going to need some raw food. We got to get those hungers to 0 in order to do our objective. Now we do have this resourceful, which means we can ignore the requirement for 1 of the resource token types. Oh, that's even better than I thought. We could completely ignore like the mechanical or these component requirements. The crude stove on its own doesn't really help us. It just helps us make vegetables, and that's not going to get our hunger down to 0, which is what we're trying to do here. Let's stick with the plan. Let's build the deadfall trap. Yeah, I tell you what, we're going to ignore this component requirement. We'll spin the mechanical parts and the wood. And the deadfall trap can go here. All right, that was action 1. Action 2. We want to do another fitting. We want to do this deadfall trap. I'm going to take a chems. Actually, maybe Bruno should be doing that, right? He's the chef. He deals with the food. It really doesn't matter. So what does Katya do here? We can't clear the rubble because we don't have a shovel. So I think Katya either can have some new ideas, which means we can take 2 of those red cards and bring them over. Or she can come poking about right here, which means you just roll a die and you get a combination of wood and components. I think we're going to have some ideas. She's going to have some ideas. So we get 2 of these. I think we want the improved deadfall trap, so we will make it a cage trap, and that just gives us a +3 to our rolls, so we have a much better chance. I like that. And maybe just the improved herbal garden, we can improve it to a vegetable garden. Or we can get this improved cooking stove out. So once we build the cooking stove, we can improve it into a better thing. Get additional raw food. Okay, I think that works. So these are just going to go up here. Just put a weight token on the trap. And what fitting are we going to do? Oh, we could build a rainwater collector. Because we have a filter, mechanical part. Oh, this isn't bad. This would let us collect rainwater in the future. I think I want to build this workshop, honestly. This will also let us make mechanical and electrical parts. So we can make mechanical parts to then build other things. So let's do this workshop. So the cost is mechanical part, 3 wood, and 5 components. And that's it. Because of our fatigue, we only get 2 actions in the day phase. It is now dusk. And we are okay. Enough water. And we have 3 veggies. So our hunger stays exactly the same. And we're off to the evening phase. And we're not in much better position than we were before. But I think we had a nice thing going. I think we have Bruno guard, and we have these 2, Marco and Katya, go out. I think they made a pretty good team. Right now, the most important thing to us is food, raw food, or canned food in particular. And the only one of these locations that even has that in their special findings is the Quiet House. We could potentially go to the military outpost because there you can return 6 cards for a trade. And we have this medicine. I think we're going to have them carry the medicine and probably the electrical part in the books as well for potential trades. So we could go up there and just trade right away. Raw food has a 10 value. So with those meds, we could do a 1-for-1 trade med for raw food. Not a bad idea. I'm not sure I want to go to the military outpost, though. We'd only have 10 cards, just a couple of draws to get stuff to then trade. Although, you know, we might be able to get some weapons parts and things like that, and then we could trade those. It's tempting. Yeah, because at these 2 locations, there's no sort of trade built in there. We might run across someone who we could do trading with, but it would be a long shot. Oh, this is a hard choice. Do I go to the military outpost, do a little bit of searching, possibly get some of that weapons and stuff, which are fairly valuable trade commodities? And that's assuming that they have food for trade. You don't know exactly what they're going to have. They may not have any food to trade. Or do I search this quiet house and like hope that I get some canned food and stuff? This is a hard one. We're going to take a risk, and we're going to go to the military outpost. This is very, very dangerous. Do a little exploration and then do some trading. This is a critical decision here, and that is the one we're doing. We're going to walk all the way to this far away location. Because we're so far away, we're only going to get to draw 10 cards. Let's do it. Jammed door. That is not up there. So we'll replace that with closed door. Okay, that is up there. If there is a closed door, you may resolve this card immediately or place it on the exploration slot and resolve it later instead. Okay, I didn't realize that. Okay, so we're just going to put it there. We can't deal with it right now because we need a lockpick, and we don't have a lockpick. Oh, no, 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 no. Reality impact. Okay, something unexpected has happened at the military outpost. I'm sure it's going to be great. Draw color. Gray again. Okay, I did shuffle that. Then draw a card from the exploration deck and check the number. Okay. 27. A group of angry civilians barges into the building, dragging some men along with them. The man is unconscious, and all we see are his shoes sliding across the floor. They drag him up against the wall and throw him on the ground. They are making a surprising amount of noise. We sneak up on them to see what's going on. Only then do we notice the man is a soldier. He was one of those who got stuck with us during the siege. His face is now so beaten, it's hard to recognize who he actually is. We're too close, they'll spot us. Either we retreat, or we step out of hiding. So we can either retreat quietly and go back to the game, or we can go, what's this about? And step out of cover, in which case we'll have to read something else. Obviously, we want to step in and try to figure out what's going on here. But we also have absolutely no way of defending ourselves against this angry mob. And we don't know what this is about at all. We have no context. This really has nothing to do with us. I don't think we're in a position to help this person regardless. There's nothing that we're going to say that's going to fix this situation. And there's literally nothing that we can do at this point. And so, unfortunately, we're going to have to just walk away from this. If we had a hatchet, if we had a weapon of some sort, then we could come and we could confront this angry mob and maybe de-escalate the situation. As it is, we're not Jedi. We just need to walk away from this. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to walk away and we're going to move on, unfortunately. Well, here we go again. Bars. Another thing that we can't deal with. Now, how many... We're down to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we have one more exploration, and then we're going to have to go and do the trade. I don't see what other choice we have. We can't get through the bars. We don't have a saw blade, so let's see. There we go. Now we're talking. Search the furniture. This is what we wanted to see. Now, we can't return 2 exploration cards, so we're going to have to raise the noise by 1 and roll. Just need a 3 or higher. A 10. 10 will do. Now we get to search the furniture. Okay. Mechanical, electrical, and herb. And we can roll. Come on, now we need a 10. A 10 right now would be bloody fantastic. 7. 2 weapon parts. Okay, okay. Not bad. Not bad at all. And now we're going to trade. We return all 6 of these, and it says to read passage 97. Attempting to trade with the soldiers is always risky. One day we interact with them like regular people. We chat, exchange gossip, smoke cigarettes. On another day, however, we become the object of their mockery, or something worse. Everything depends on who we happen to meet, and what they had to do that day, and whether they'd been drinking. You may buy any red, green, and yellow tokens here. Trade commission is 0, which it would have been anyway because of Katya's ability. After trade ends, roll the black die. Oh boy. Okay. We can buy any green token. If we wanted to buy 2 raw food, that would be 20. What do we have here? 4, 5, 10, 20. Yes. We actually have 24, which is a shame. If we had one more, we could get a vegetable. We could trade the book and the herbs in for a cigarette and coffee. Yeah. So we have extra of those lying around. So we'll give them those. Keep the mechanical part. Beautiful. That is an excellent trade, I'd say. Till we need the medicine. But we're not going to worry about that right now. Okay, good trade, assuming that these soldiers don't kill us. We need to roll the black die. Whew, we rolled a 6. Okay. Result of 1 or 3 would have been something, but result of 4 to 10, we leave the military outpost without any problems. Yikes. 30% chance there that something could have gone horribly wrong, but we're fine. Oh, wait, so we're heading home. That means we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Maybe we should just load up on water. We're gonna need wood and components, but we're also gonna need water. Screw it, I'm just getting a bunch of water. Oh, right, Bruno. Let's see what the knight has for us. Starving people. Ooh, okay, so 4 damage and a wound. Bruno might be getting wounded here. He can roll this twice. Okay. We got a fist. We're not going to re-roll that. We're going to take our fist because it's mostly blank on this die. So you're going to take any fists that you can get. Now, we can reduce either the tokens or the wounds. We're going to reduce that wound to 0. So Bruno's not going to take any damage, but these starving people are going to take 4 of our tokens, and they're going to start with green tokens. 1, 2, 3... 4? We have a lot of chems, but we're also using a lot of chems. Are we gonna need that filter? I can make a filter. No, screw it. Filter. Keep our chems. Okay. Those are the 4 tokens they stole from us. All right, that could have been worse, honestly. Oh, and there's Crime Wave again. I'm just gonna keep putting it into this resident deck, because, yeah. Okay, that's actually the last 2 bad resident cards, so we'll throw that into the resident deck, shuffle it up. It's dawn time. Draw a fate card. We don't need to assign meds and bandages. What is our fate? Okay, it says raise the wounds on all wounded, unbandaged characters by 1. No wounds. Very lucky that Bruno was able to punch his way out of getting any wounds there. We would then heal wounds from characters who had bandages. If cold tokens minus board ups equals 3 or more, raise the illness of 3 chosen characters by 1. And we're at 4 cold, so it finally came and hit us. Everyone's going to get 1 illness. And I'm now noticing that I forgot to increase everyone's fatigue by 1, so I'll do that right now. Exchange the nearest location. So the school goes bye-bye. Central Square. We get to resolve weight tokens. Fabulous, fabulous. So let's do the deadfall trap. We want high numbers, high numbers. Whew, a 3. Well, that's good enough. That's 1 raw food. And that's just 3 herbs. Okay, we did all that. And now we're resolving Spirit B on all characters. So if Bruno was hungry at level 2 or 3, he would take a misery, but he's not. If there was a guitar in our storage, then Katya could lower everyone's misery, or lower one person's misery by 1 by playing a little guitar. We don't have that. Oh, and look at this, Marco. Marco is a star. It says if he is ill, we can lower his illness by 1. Well, there you go. Don't mind that. Okay, let's see our narrative actions here. Like a mouse, play during the scavenging phase. Instead of rolling for noise, set the noise marker to 1. Yes, please. Close call. Play during any combat. Ignore all wounds from a single combat die roll. Or play during the night raid phase. Ignore all wounds from 1 night raid card. Oh, these are both good. Yeah, like a mouse. Like a mouse. We got to do that. That's a good one. That's the end of day 2. And let's, take stock of what we've managed to do here. We have 3 raw food. They'll eat it, and we will have completed our objective for chapter 1. That is fantastic. Now, we have a couple of issues, obviously. We have a little bit of fatigue here, which means we're only getting 1 action. one day action next time. So we're gonna need to do a little bit of resting. Yeah, we may not even be able to go scavenging. And we have a little bit of illness. Yeah, we're gonna have to deal with that illness before it gets out of hand. We have a lot of cold, and that's just gonna keep compounding the illness. And so we have some issues that we need to deal with. By the end of day 2, I think we're doing quite well. Okay, I think day 3 is going to be a pretty quick one. It does look like we have that token there, and I think we have to resolve that first. So let's roll and hope we don't get a 1, 2, or a 3. And we got a 3. Okay, we got to go to 1926. It seems that the murderer has been captured. Through a window, we observe soldiers dragging a person who lives in a house on our street. The man struggles wildly and only calms down when a beefy soldier puts a gun to his temple. Our neighbor's wife comes running out into the street, terrified at the fate of her spouse. She begs for mercy for her husband, who's been sick the last few days and hasn't left the house. He couldn't have hurt anyone. We're only following orders. Your husband knew the victim. It's a routine interrogation, one of them explains in an indifferent voice. Crying, threats, and curses from the wife don't move the soldier in the slightest. We don't know whether our neighbor is guilty, but we are almost sure we've seen him for the last time. When the soldiers leave, we all feel relief, mixed with helplessness. Remove this blank token from the game. Whew, well, that is disturbing. We now resolve this event, and we've actually seen this. We know what it's going to be. We're going to add 1 cold. And it's a crime wave, so we're going to place this on the Night Raids deck, and we're going to resolve 2 of these instead of 1. Not very good. Not good. Now, one thing I'm realizing is I may have made a slight mistake earlier. I'm not sure if I've run afoul of this rule, but when you're placing your people out, you need to... Basically, everything's happening simultaneously. So you can't resolve one thing, collect those resources, and then use those resources to do something else within the same sort of within the same day action. I can't remember if I've accidentally made that mistake earlier. But so, for instance, we couldn't have 2 people sort of poking about here, getting some resources, and then build something with those resources that we just got. You have to have already had them. Which means, because we're so low on resources here, there's not a whole lot that we can do. There's nothing we can really build. And because of all this rubble and we don't have a shovel, there's not a lot that we can do. One thing we can do is set this deadfall trap. So we're going to do that. See, we can't even go to the workshop here and make board ups because we don't have enough wood. And I don't see any reason to cultivate herbs. We have 3 already. So we could roll a cigarette. You know, that's something we could do. But I think right now we just need to poke about and get more resources. So when you come to this spot, you're going to roll dice and you're going to get wood and components. Now, this is one of the few spots where multiple people can go. Otherwise, only one person can go to each one of these things. Let's go ahead and roll and see what we get. Okay, we rolled a 2, so we only get 1 thing. Let's get wood. And we rolled another 2. Well, fantastic. Let's get another wood. And we'll put a weight token here. And there we go. Because of our fatigue, we only get 1 action this day phase. Not very good. Might have made a mistake managing our fatigue. What we didn't make a mistake on is with our water and our food. Everyone can drink. And everyone can eat raw food. And the hunger goes away. We have done it. So now we come to the evening, and I just don't think we can afford to go scavenging. It's not great, but it's where we are. We don't have a bed or anything like that, so really all we can do is sleep on the floor, but that will remove 2 fatigue. Now someone's going to need to stand guard. We could have more than 1 because of this crime wave. I think we need Marco, maybe. Marco's our best chance of survival. I think it's got to be Bruno. It's got to be Bruno. These two are going to sleep on the floor, which is going to remove 2 fatigue. But Bruno is actually going to be guarding. He's going to gain a fatigue. He's now at 3 fatigue. Now, if any of these stats, hunger, fatigue, illness, or wounds, or misery, go down to 4, or go up to 4, that character immediately dies. So with his fatigue at 3, next round, he's going to need to sleep. But it should be okay, I think. What's not going to be great is the wounds that he's about to take. Let's do this. Let's do this crime wave here. This is not going to be good. They're sleeping. He's standing guard. Let's see what happens. First night wave is memories. Whoa. Choose a character currently on guard duty, check their misery, and roll the black die. Wow. Okay. So this is Bruno. His misery is 0 to 1. We're going to roll the black die. Ooh, we got a 9. So we're going to read 365. A stranger came to our basement. He told me that Anna had been shot on her way back. He brought us the meds, but it was too late for my poor son. Don't cry, Daddy. I'll be fine now. And Mom promised to bring us something nice, said Luca, shortly before he died. I didn't tell him she was gone. I would give everything to bring them back. I'll always love them. Well, that's a little backstory for Bruno. Okay, we're going to be shuffling that back in, but we have one more, and it's starving people. Okay. So, whoops, we're not rolling that die. We're rolling this die. Oh, we got 2. That was incredibly lucky. So we can put down the wounds, and they're only going to take 3 tokens, and they're going to prioritize the green. So 1, 2, and then they can take an herb, 3. Whoo! Afterwards, remove this from the game. But memories gets shuffled back in. We now only have 3 Night Raid cards. And this crime wave is over. Okay, we would raise wounds. We don't have any. Cold is hitting us again. So we got to raise our illness. Exchange the nearest location. Resolve weight tokens. So our trap. See what we get. Come on. That is a 6. So that's just 1 raw food. All right, better than nothing. And resolve Spirit B on all the characters. So there we go. Bruno's fine. Katya's fine. And Marco gets rid of his illness. Amazing. Let's see which one we got here. Headshot. Play during any combat. If you're using a firearm, discard an ammo and automatically kill an enemy. Or during the night raid phase, if a character is on duty with a firearm. Okay, we don't have a firearm, so that's not going to help us. Play at the beginning of the evening phase. Choose one character. This character may now perform all of their actions again as if it was the day actions phase. Wow, they just get to do some work at night. That is amazing. Yes, we definitely want Night Owl. That's going to come in super handy, especially for Marco. He's going to get 3 actions. Oh boy, love it. And there we go, back to the morning. And you know what? We are staying fit. We've done it. I didn't think we were going to be able to. Let's resolve this chapter 2 card. See what it says. You have just finished the first chapter of the campaign. Add the Night Raid and Residence cards you have not used in the game so far. Okay, so then we're going to put all the bad cards in. Then resolve the top objective card and remove it from the game. All of our hunger is at 0, so we have a clear mind, which means we get to draw 2 additional narrative action cards. What did we get? We got Rumors. Play at any time. Take a look at the top card. Oh, from any of the 2 following decks. Events, Visitors, Residence, and Night Raid. Cool. That'll give us a little insight into what's coming up. And Vigilant Watch. Play during the Night Raid phase. Lower the damage wounds from a single Night Raid card by 4 tokens, resources, wounds. Still requires at least 1 character to be there. That is wonderful. Our objective for Chapter 2 here is taking care of ourselves. we want everyone's misery to be lower than 2, which is not so bad right now because we have everyone's misery is at 0. Well, there you go. That's a great place to stop right now. We've completed the first chapter and we've done very well. We completed our objective. We're surviving pretty well. We have a little bit of an illness issue that we need to take care of, but other than that, not too shabby. So, thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for chapter 2.